Happy people create long-term, ongoing happiness. We are an instant gratification society. Everyone wants something right now. It's one of the reasons fast food drive-thrus are always so crowded. It seems like nobody wants to go home and take the time and effort to prepare a healthy meal. They would rather choose a cheap heart attack in a sack just because it's quicker. Video streaming services are everywhere. If you think back just a few years, your streaming options were very limited. Now, satellite companies and cable providers are getting nervous. They've begun to offer on-demand streaming services because that's what everybody wants. People want to watch any television show, movie, news report, or other video-based content whenever they want, instead of only when it's live. This mindset doesn't belong to the people who are usually happy. They set themselves up for long-term happiness rather than only trying to smile and laugh right now. Create a happiness-friendly environment. What do you do when you get off of work? A lot of people go straight home. They have their routines mapped out, and their evening ritual begins with a trip to their cozy, comfortable home environment. Some people that do this might grab a bite to eat and perhaps shower before going out to meet friends. They enjoy spending time with certain people. They have friends that make them laugh and smile, and who wouldn't want to be a part of that? Whether getting together at another person's house or enjoying dinner out with friends, this can be the highlight of their day. There are a lot of positive emotions that make them smile when they remember these occasions. That's great, but what happens when they return home? If they haven't created an environment that promotes positivity and happiness at home, they're going to want to flee to an environment that does provide those things. The people that make a habit out of happiness make sure their homes are places where they enjoy being. They can still meet friends and loved ones away from their home, but they don't have to. They plan the possibility of future happiness instead of just worrying about smiling and laughing right now. Prioritize long-term smiles. Suppose for a moment that there are two people that are very happy. They're almost identical in every way. Call them the twins of happiness. They're indistinguishable from one another, like two identical twins, except in one important way. Happiness twin number 1 is always planning for the future happiness, while also seizing opportunities for fun and smiles today. Happiness twin number 2 never takes the time to worry about the future. The first twin doesn't want to worry about finances when he's older. He plans for a safe and reliable financial future. He knows he'll be more inclined to have a happy and carefree retirement if he doesn't have to pinch pennies and wonder if he has enough money to survive. The second twin lives in the moment. He produces a lot of current happiness, and that's a good thing. However, his desire to always be happy right now means he's putting no money away for his retirement. He may be the happiest person you'll ever encounter now, but that smile is probably going to disappear if he has to work into his 60s, 70s, and maybe even his 80s just to get by. Have fun now. Also, take some time to plan for the future. Being content now and in the future is possible if you plan for that. You're more likely to enjoy a happy and joyful future if you prioritize creating that reality rather than using all your resources only to be full of joy right now. A growth mindset is the secret habit of highly happy people. Whoever wouldn't like to be happier, please raise your hand. No hands? Nobody? Well, of course not. Everybody chooses happiness over unhappiness, joy and contentment over misery and strife. Positive emotions are always preferable over negative feelings. That's part of the survival instinct that exists in all creatures. There aren't any animals who wake up in the morning and think, "Boy, I sure hope I get hunted today. If that doesn't happen, maybe I can at least starve all day long and put up with miserable weather, or maybe I'll be lucky enough to get eaten by another animal." Animals might not be able to understand happiness, but they unconsciously and instinctively strive for it. People do too. Give a person a choice of either a fun day spent creating great memories with the people she loves, or a sharp stick in the eye, and you know what choice she's going to make. Although we ache and long for happiness, we don't always act in our best interests. Sometimes we adopt a mindset that seriously limits our ability to be content, happy, and satisfied. Do you have a fixed or growth mindset? Some days you're upbeat and positive. Other days, because you choose to be because the world presents you with some difficulty to deal with, you embrace negativity. Some days are just better than others. While you can't control what life is going to hand you to deal with on a day-to-day basis, you can always choose your response. This is true where happiness is concerned. If you adopt a fixed mindset, you believe that you get what you get. You were given certain skills and abilities, and that's it. Whatever you have is all you're ever going to get. This means you can't grow in any way. If you struggle with money, you believe that others are just lucky. They were born with the ability to create money, or they inherited it. You're not allowed to have any. It's just the way things are in your mind. This is the same idea with intelligence, personality, or any other character trait. The person with a fixed mindset believes everything about his life is fixed, and he can't make any significant change. He adopts a wait-and-see attitude to determine if life's going to make him happy, sad, or somewhere in between those two emotions. A growth mindset allows you to be happy by making changes. People who are happy most of the time embrace a growth mindset. They believe that whatever happens, they're capable of improving their situation. They may not have been born with the talents, skills, or intelligence level of others, but they know they can take action to change their situation. If they're good with finances, they can learn from a financial planner. A growth mindset means that someone who is shy and standoffish can learn to be outgoing and communicate with others, if that's what he wants. This growth mindset also allows for change if a person's unhappy. Happy people understand that unhappiness, frustration, and stress are situations that can change. They can do things to remove those emotions from their lives. They have fun and put a smile on their faces because they take action to make that happen. Don't have a fixed mindset, or else you're going to be at the mercy of life to dictate your emotions. Take control. Be proactive. Adopt a growth mindset. Embrace the fact that you can take action to change anything in your life, including your level of happiness. Enjoy more happiness with the Boomerang effect. People that are content and satisfied most of the time benefit from a law of happiness that some people don't understand. Whether they've taken time to consciously become aware of this or not, it's a process that can guarantee more happiness and fewer negative emotions. It has to do with being selfless rather than selfish. You'll find that people who are routinely upbeat, positive, and smiling don't always put themselves first. They go through life living by the belief that they will get what they give. They've found that when they give of their time, resources, and energy, they receive back whatever it was that they gave. They openly move through life with an easy smile on their face. They understand that a smile is something that's very easy to give to the world. It's a simple pleasure they can share with everyone. People like this automatically and unconsciously find opportunities throughout the day to help other people. They spread happiness and positive energy without giving it much thought. It's the way they live because at some point in the past, they learned that for the most part, you're going to receive in life whatever you put out into the world. You have to give before you get. Some people wonder why their lives are so hard. When's the world going to do them a favor? Haven't they suffered long enough? They see other people living amazing lives. They have friends and coworkers who are genuinely happy most of the time, but it seems like the world goes out of its way to be nice to others and never to them. When's it going to be their turn to have positive things happen to them? They don't understand that the world and the people in it are largely reactive. You have to show them something first, and then they'll react to it. They expect to receive rewards before they do anything to earn those rewards. If they had a piggy bank as a child, they probably expected to pull money out of it without putting any money in. The world doesn't usually work that way. Yes, there are some wonderful people out there who selflessly spread happiness and positive emotions without having to see any type of positive behavior from you. These are habitually happy people we talked about earlier. If you need more positive experiences in your life, more contentment and joy and happiness, be like them. Act in a positive way first, before you expect positive things to happen to you. You might find that your selfless giving isn't immediately returned. Stick with it. Call it the world or universe or fate. Whatever it is will eventually start filling your life with positive energy and happiness if you get the ball rolling first. It's the boomerang effect of happiness that requires you to act before it reacts in kind. You have to throw that boomerang of happiness out into the world before it returns to you. The sooner you cast positive energy upon the waters, the sooner a tidal wave of happiness, joy, and delight will overcome you. 5 habits happy people practice regularly. Life is wonderful in a lot of ways. You've probably experienced a lot of joy in your life. Here's hoping that you and your loved ones will continue to have positive life experiences and live long, happy, healthy lives. If you'd like to improve the odds that your life has more happiness and less sadness, more fulfillment and less frustration, just do what the happy people do. Sometimes getting a wonderful result is as easy as being a copycat. Observe what happy people do and then start doing it yourself. If you need some help, we're here for you. We've compiled a short list of a few things you can start doing right now, this very minute, to be a more content, happy, and satisfied person. The following 5 tips can add more joy to your life while also improving your financial health, boosting your productivity, and slimming your waistline. 1. Step away from the plastic. You might think that a shopping binge makes you happy, but it really doesn't. Shopping is never the answer if you simply want to be happier. That's because it's something that exists outside of your mind and your emotions. Happiness is inside you. You need to bring it out. You can't improve your happiness by giving in to a shopping addiction. Quite to the contrary, spending money unnecessarily can cause a lot of stress and strife in your life when that credit card bill rolls around at the end of the month. 2. Start journaling. You can call it your journal of joy or delightful diary. The idea is to record positive feelings. What gave you happiness, joy, and contentment throughout the day? Keep it with you and write down your positive experiences as they happen. Don't just get them down on paper and forget them. Begin each day by reading the previous day's entries, and you'll start off every morning with a smile on your face. 3. Get up an hour earlier every day. You may have heard that many successful people get up early in the morning. Why not copy their habits of success? Get up 1 hour earlier than you usually do. Make this a habit. It allows you to take your time in the morning so you don't rush. You can plan your day and easily start it with less stress and more calm, focused energy. 4. Have a plan B in place. If you aren't planning your day, you should be. You can create more of the outcomes you want in life when you create game plans. For more happiness, always have a secondary plan in place. Plan A won't always work out, and if you have Plan B ready to save the day, that means more smiles and fewer frowns. 5. Eat more bananas. Bananas are full of filling dietary fiber. A medium banana makes you feel full and only hits you with about 105 calories. That means eating 1 or 2 each day can help you resist the urge to eat unhealthy alternatives. Bananas are also rich in tyrosine and tryptophan, 2 natural chemicals that trigger the production of serotonin. As one of the aptly named happiness hormones, serotonin promotes feelings of happiness and reduces feelings of anxiety and stress. Like so many other significant things in life, happiness is all about making the right choices. Start eating more bananas. Develop backup plans and get up an hour earlier each day. Start journaling and look for patterns that deliver the most happiness. Stop trying to spend your way to happiness. It won't work. Start putting these practices to work in your life today and you'll enjoy more happiness tomorrow. 3 habits of happy people. How old were you when you realized it was okay to copy other people? We're not talking about copying the answers of that smart girl that was in your math class. We're referring to imitating others to produce a desired result. We're first exposed to this shortcut to productivity when we're children. To use a common experience a lot of people are familiar with, let's look at riding a bicycle for the first time. Did you just jump on and give it a go? You probably didn't. You had a sibling or an adult help you. They gave you pointers and told you what to do. Perhaps you started off with training wheels and that got you comfortable and confident enough to try 2 wheels. Whatever the process was, you learned to copy the successful behaviors of other people to produce an intended result. You mimicked what experienced bicycle riders did so you could successfully pilot a bike. You can do the same thing if you want more happiness and contentment in your life. Here are 3 habits perpetually happy people do to keep smiles on their faces and cheerfulness in their hearts. Just do what they do. 1. Be proactive. Don't expect the world to make you smile. Smile on your own. Don't take happiness for granted. If you sit back and wait for the world or the people in it to make you smile and feel a joy and delight, you might be waiting for an awfully long time. You are the only person in the world that's in charge of your feelings. You can create happiness by seeking it out, and also by doing things that you know make you smile. The happiest people are those who make an effort at creating happiness. Prioritize happiness, and it'll start showing up more frequently in your life. 2. Live in the present moment. You have memories of your past experiences and probably plan for the future. That's great, but your entire life is nothing but moments that are happening right now. Accept your past. It's gone and you can't do anything about it. You should also understand that the future is uncertain. You absolutely have no control over the future, even if you might convince yourself to the contrary. That means that worrying over what you've done and about what is going to happen in the future is pointless. As Mark Twain said, worrying is like paying a debt you don't owe. Live in the present moment. It's the only time you're actually existing. Embrace now and fully experience your life in this moment. 3. Practice gratitude. Start regularly appreciating what you have. Constantly trying to make yourself happy by purchasing items and chasing experiences will never get the job done. Happiness comes from the inside. It begins with being grateful for all the positive things in your life. The universe has a wonderful way of rewarding you with more positive experiences when you take the time to be genuinely grateful for who you are and what you have. Don't stop there. When you see someone smiling and it looks genuine, ask them what their secret is. Spend more time around people that are joyful. You'll no doubt pick up more tips and practices that happy people use to go through life with a smile rather than a frown.